no. I'm from Mississippi, first of all. Right? If you're from Mississippi, Bo Bounds, the one thing we grow up being is resourceful. We can take the minute things and make something out of them. And that's why I say a time like this, it pays to be from Mississippi.
Okay. So did you cook as a kid, or was it later in life, college, once you got to the NFL? When did Fred Smoot?
I started cooking as a kid. Like I say, I'm my only child, so I spent a lot of time alone. Also spent a lot of time experimenting, trying to figure out what's what. So I started cooking when I was young, and when I made it to the NFL, I used to cook every Thanksgiving and Christmas for the single players. You got to realize when you're a single football player, you don't have anywhere to go for Christmas, Thanksgiving. So therefore, I was the one to like bring all the single guys together and say, all right, I cook dinner, I do this, I do this. And I did that for years.
Now, that's pretty cool. I never thought about that. You know, you guys are practicing and you're playing during that time of year. And you're right. I mean, the single guys, you know, they don't have anywhere to go. And I would venture that a lot of them don't cook themselves. So to have a teammate like you to host them and cook for them, I bet you're a pretty popular guy in the locker room because of that.
Well, you know, hey, just being Fred Smoot, just being a person. That's what I like to do, and I like to bring people together. My mom was always like that. We always kept a front yard full of people. That's what she liked to do, and I like to host just like that. So it's two things that bring people together. It's either gonna be food or it's gonna be alcohol.
Right.
One or the other.
Right. So Thanksgiving? I mean, do you cook a turkey and dressing, or do you do something non-traditional?
Yes, deep fried turkey.
Yes.
I dress it from scratch. Mac and cheese, greens, stuff like that. Like I can cook pretty much every dish you can think of. I can pretty much cook it.
All right. In the last 2 weeks, Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds show. This is unbelievable. I should say Fred never ceases to amaze me, but this all surprises me. Smoot on the Out of Bounds show. So in the last 2 weeks, give me a dish or two that you've cooked.
Oh, I made dressing the other day. I think dressing is one of my favorite dishes. I love turkey and dressing. I love to cook it. I love to eat it. All right, so I made turkey and dressing the other day. I made greens with it. I made mac and cheese and yams on the side, stuff like that. So Southern dishes, I pretty much can kill Southern dishes, but with me being, you know, kind of worldly now, I can cook worldly dishes. I love to cook Italian food. I love to cook baba ganoush. I love to cook whatever you can think of, Bo Bounds. I can do it on the stove, and I enjoy it, man. It's relaxing to me. I enjoy cooking. I have kids, so therefore cooking is what I do. That's why I told you. Instead of going to the grocery store, buying tomatoes, buying cucumbers, I just went to Home Depot and bought a plant, and I'm just going to grow them. That's what I do. Like, every summer I plant a garden, all right? So every summer I plant a garden, so I grow my own vegetables and stuff like that. So once we had this little thing where we can't go to work, we can't do this because of coronavirus, I was like, all right, instead of going to the grocery store and keep buying vegetables, I'm just going to go to Home Depot and buy me a planting and just keep growing them the whole time.
This is genius. And by the way, Smoot, my producer who called you, his favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. And you just about put him on the floor by saying that you do a deep fried turkey, you do dressing, you do greens, you do he's over here just dying because he loves. This is all he taught. He loves Thanksgiving, and he loves Thanksgiving food.
And Fred, I knew we had something in common because I just built a garden this weekend at my house. So obviously, like, we're basically the same person.
No, we're most definitely the same person. And you're a smart man because you can survive. Because one thing about these tomato plants and cucumbers, vines, and stuff like that, once they get to putting out, they don't stop. You have to almost give away vegetables sometimes. So I'm always one of them guys. I used to literally go to my neighbor's door and just give them vegetables and stuff like that. So I'm one of those people also. So I love to grow my vegetables. I love the Mother Earth, and that's the Mississippi part of me. I never let that die. I always keep it deep in my heart, and I always do these things. I need to do these things to stay balanced, you know?
No, I'm with you. I mean, I do a lot of cooking too. It's therapeutic for me, without a doubt.
So Bo Bounds, is it clear to say that men do more cooking in the 2000s than women?
No. Well, yes. I mean, we do a lot of it. I love it. I mean, give me something to start to make, to chop up. The whole process for me is therapeutic. So not just during the quarantine. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and I love it. But I didn't know that you were. You know what, Blake? We're gonna after this is all over in 4 months, 5 months. We're gonna go up to DC. Smoot's gonna cook for us. How cool is that?
Hey, first of all, I'm going to come down to Mississippi, and I'm going to cook for you.
You better. And bring that jersey you owe me, Fred, because I'm going to race you and beat you in that 40-yard dash, so we don't have to get into that now, but it's going to happen.
Oh, where he runs backwards and you run straight forward? Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Bring that jersey. Sign it for me.
And I'm going to have Stacey Adams on. I told you I'm going to wear Stacey Adams, church socks, and everything, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to give it to you good. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds show, played at MSU and in the NFL. Smoot joins us on the Miller Lite guest line. You can also watch the show on YouTube. Just search Out of Bounds Sports. This is ESPN 105.9 The Zone. All right, now let's talk a little ball. Last time you and I spoke, you're with you're on the Dwayne Haskins train, and I'm not. And I think that your Washington Redskins, I mean, part of me hopes that they don't, because I need Dak to get more playoff appearances. And this could be if you get Tua, that could be a problem. But do you still believe that the Redskins are going to roll with Chase Young, or take some draft picks and move back, or go with Tua, Smoot?
Hey, first of all, how are you going to pass on a pass rusher like Chase Young? You can't do that. First of all, we got Montez Sweat last year, who was a dominant pass rusher, who is on to continue to get better. And then you're going to add him with a Chase Young? What can you do to opposing offenses with those two guys? And, yes, I believe in Dwayne Haskins. Why wouldn't I believe in Dwayne Haskins? I'd be a fool not to believe in Dwayne Haskins. At the end of the day, the one thing you got with Dwayne Haskins, he is, to me, he's one of those guys where he need a little time to gel, but once he gels, his teammates believe in him. I would not go and repeat and go draft Tua. I love Tua. No, let's get this. Let's get this perfectly done. In a perfect world, I would draft Tua, but I already have a quarterback, so I have no reason to. So Chase Young is the guy that I want for the Washington Redskins. Chase Young completes the roster. Chase Young makes this the best pass rushing young duo in the NFL. And you're talking about a decade of us chasing every Dallas quarterback. That means Dak Prescott. That means Philadelphia. That means everybody that we play, they're going to have to face these two guys for the next decade. So, yes, I am a believer in Chase Young. And, yes, I believe Tua should be – actually, I got something for you. I'm going to throw you a curveball, Bo Bow.
Okay.
Tua will be a Detroit Lion.
Okay, so Smoot has Tua going to Detroit. Do you think he sits a year and Stafford plays one more, or do you think they – okay. All right. Exactly.
Stafford plays this year. Tua sits this year. He watches like you would want in a perfect world. And Detroit comes out. And, you know, I had this thing I was looking at yesterday, Bo Bounds, and they had the all Detroit team that had Kelvin Johnson and Barry Sanders, and it had Matthew Stafford quarterbacking the team. And let me tell you something. That Detroit Lion all team is almost unstoppable. They might not win a Super Bowl, but if you get Barry Sanders and you got Megatron on your offense with Matthew Stafford throwing the ball, that's a hard offense to stop. So it made me think about what will we do with the all Mississippi State team against the all Ole Miss team. Who would you – now I know how you are. I know your biases, you are, but who wins that game? I got to put USM in there too.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the quarterback for MSU is Dak, and the quarterback for Ole Miss is who? Eli or Archie?
I would probably go just for the clientele out there today. I would go Eli.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so.
I would go Eli.
Here's the way I see it. I see Mississippi State having better defensive personnel, and as far as their all-time team, and Ole Miss having better offensive personnel.
Are you crazy, Bo Bam? Are you crazy? Do you got the fever? There's something wrong with you. Because let me tell you something. They're going to have better wideouts, all right? And that's where it stops at. We're going to have better O-linemen. We're going to have better running backs. No, they're not going to have better offensive players than us. I'm sorry. Now, we don't have I like Dak in college. I thought Dak was a great quarterback in college. So quarterback with Dak and Eli, I call it a wash. Both of them had great college careers. Both of them did crazy things in college, so I call it a wash. We're going to have just as many running backs as them. We're going to have just as many tight ends as them. We're going to have everything we need to take them and take them through the rim shack, all right, at the end of the day.
So you're calling the W?
I'm calling the W.
Okay.
No damn. Come on, if you seen the things I did with Willie Blade, Toby Galladay, and Dorsett Davis.
Right.
Now you're going to give me Fletcher Cox, Chris Jones, and you're going to give me all of my beats? You're going to give me everything that offer?
Yeah, well, you know what's scary is the three that you just named who were phenomenal football players. Blade, Galladay, and Dorsett were I mean, really. Do you realize they wouldn't start? This is how deep you'd be. They wouldn't start over Jeffrey Simmons, Chris Jones, and Fletcher Cox. That's how good those three were.
And then who you start in that corner? You got me. You got Jonathan Banks. You got Slay. You got all kinds.
Well, the way the game is played today, y'all would all three be on the field. Okay, so because you're a lot of times you're going to play 5 DBs. It's not like it was, years ago. So all three of you guys would be on the field at the same time.
Yeah, and now you got to ask yourself, like, come on, Ole Miss, who Ole Miss starting? Ken Lucas? Who you got? Ken Lucas and
he was a hell of a player.
And Seneca Taylor. Who are you starting at Ole Miss that's going to compete with us?
All right, DBs at Ole Miss. Blake, you may have to help me. DBs. Well, we had.
I would be more interested in who Fred Smoot is not worried about covering, but name would you want to?
He's got A.J. Brown, D.K. Metcalf,
Dante Moncrief, who had a great college career,
and Laquan Treadwell.
I mean, that's
those
5.
Are 4.
Taboris Fisher. You got to go way back to Taboris.
Well, but he would be the second or third tier behind.
See, and what Fred Smoot makes sense.
Treadwell, A.J.,
DK,
Moncrief, and DK are all going to,
and that's without talking about Evan Ingram,
rotate as starters, right? And Evan was a flex tight end.
Bo Bowles? I sentenced all of those guys to 20 years to life. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Lock them down. It ain't nobody you named that I'm afraid of. It ain't nobody that you named that I'm afraid of at 40 years old. It ain't nobody that you name of that I would even consider keeping me up at night. I ain't got to watch film on them guys. I can go out there and play them guys without Joe Lee Dunn wearing socks.
Smoot on the out of bounds show. This thing went to hell a few minutes ago. We went from cooking Thanksgiving dinners to Smoot matching up with Laquan, AJ, DK, and who was the fourth one? Moncrief. Moncrief.
Fred
Treadwell is overrated.
What he hasn't had the NFL career. You're right, but in college he was fantastic.
He could never run to me. Like, how are you gonna ever beat me and you can't run? If you can't run away from me, how are you gonna beat a top corner in this league? You can't run from big play Darius Slay. He can't run from Slay. Come on, man. We gotta be honest here, Bo Bound.
I guess
at the end of the day,
you'd have.
We produced the better athletes.
Fred,
we produced the better athletes. We produced the better pros, Bo Bound.
Fred, does Ole Miss have a receiver as good as Eric Moulds?
No. Now, who I think could be as good as Eric Mose, I'm going to tell you the best receiver, I think, of Ole Miss in the last couple of decades.
Okay.
That A.J. Brown.
Yes.
That A.J. Brown has the it factor. All right. That meaning I don't know how he gets open. I don't know what he do to get open, but he stays open. All right. He's always open. I don't care about what 40 he runs. I don't care about what vertical he runs. All I know is every time I turn on TV on Sunday, A.J. Brown open. That's what I do know. So he's one of those guys. He has that it factor. He got a dog inside of him. He should have went to Mississippi State.
Well, that's been a topic on this show and on message boards and at dinner tables and cafes in the state of Mississippi for several years now. I agree with you on AJ. He's phenomenal. Well, first of all, he's a really good kid, and then he's also a ridiculous talent. Okay, are we going to keep going through positions, or are we going to go to something else?
No, we're going to keep going through positions.
All right, Benardrick McKinney. All right, linebackers.
Yeah.
Benardrick McKinney in the middle.
Mario Hagan.
Hagan was fantastic.
I love me some Hagan now.
Well, I think you could put both of them. Yeah.
In the 3-4 we can. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Simmons. You got Simmons, Jones, and Fletcher, and then you got Hagens and Benardrick McKinney.
I'd run that 4-2-5.
Fair enough.
McKinney, Hagan in the middle, and that way you get Preston Smith on the other end across from Chris Jones.
Well, which rush in would you go? Preston Smith? Would you go Sweat? Would you go Autry? Or would you go? Who's the other one?
I got so many options. I'm gonna put that Sweat up in there somewhere. And Preston Smith, Lord mercy, I'm gonna put him somewhere in there.
Well, they can rotate.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like at one point, we're gonna overwhelm them. Like we got too many defensive players. All right, and we're not even going back in the day and getting our offensive players like Sleepy Robinson, and we're not doing all that. But we got enough. We got J.J. Johnson running the ball if we want to. We got the offensive talent if we want. Kellen Hill, he'll show make that team. So all I'm saying is we outstacked them at one point. I'm sorry, we are better than them at one point. We are better pros. And I had this argument, and I keep having this argument with Alabama players. At the end of the day, y'all have the quantity, we have the quality. We're better pros than y'all. That's just what it is. When we go to the league, we continue to ball. We continue to be ourselves. We actually get better when we go to the league. Y'all actually get worse when you go to the league. Y'all got 30 first rounders, ain't but 2 of them doing something.
Who are those 2? Henry at Tennessee and who knows who? I'm trying to think.
Let me ask you this. If we go position by position with Alabama, Mississippi State, and we go, what are you in the pros? They have no D lineman better than my D lineman I just called out. They have no linebackers better than KJ Wright and the rest of these guys. They have no DBs that's better than Big Play Slate. They have no offensive lineman that's better than Dave Jackson. I can keep going with it. They're just not better than us when we get to the league. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to argue with you there as far as the quality thing. You're on to something with Fletcher Cox, Chris Jones, and Jeff. And you threw in KJ Wright. I forgot. I mean, man, he's had 10 years of really, really good play, and he's got a Super Bowl ring. That's a dude.
Not the most popular guy, but all he does is win.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just get on the right squad, and that's what the league is about. The league is about a lot of luck. It's a lot of luck getting drafted to the right team. It's a lot of luck getting drafted with the right coach. It's a lot of luck if you ever win a Super Bowl. It's a lot of luck with everything. These players wound up in the right squad that let them be who they are, and that's what the NFL is about. And that's why I say sometimes the Mississippi State players seem to just land at the right spot. We have not only good time, and we have a lot of luck.
Yeah. Pernell McPhee was the other guy I was trying to think of that was kind of along the lines of Autry.
Plays for the Bears.
One of them was, but they bookended each other under Mullen. I just couldn't remember who was. They both played in the NFL, so both good football players.
And then I forget about tight ends that won a Super Bowl like Don Lee. All right, I forget about a Don Lee. that played with me that won a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
So we have the players that you just forget about that also play some quality football in the league.
That's true. All right. Well, we'll leave it there. And I enjoyed it. I hope. Are you working from? Are you doing all your sports talk radio stuff and different things from home?
I'm doing everything from home, and this is not crazy for Fred Smoot. I'm an only child. I've been at home talking to myself for years. All right. I am a Costco and a Sam's Club herder by nature. My mama made me like that. I grow my own vegetables. I do these own. So I'm not. This done nothing to me. I'm just doing what Fred Smoot normally do. I sit at home, I mind my own business, and I work, and I do everything I do. So this is not really crazy for me. My kids looking at me crazy every day because we looking at each other in the face while I try to teach them. While I try to become the teacher also. So now I want to tell this to all the teachers, assistant teachers, and substitute teachers, because I give substitute teachers a hard time. Listen, thank y'all for everything y'all do. Our kids are really bad. We understand that.
Amen to that. We'll leave it there. Fred Smoot on the Out of Bounds show and the Miller Lite guest line. Smoot, be good, buddy. We'll talk soon, okay?
Hey, stay safe down there, fellas.
You too.
Bye.
The legend himself. I thought 22 minutes would be okay. We needed like an hour. And I've got another interview coming up in 20 minutes with Dari Noka. It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that. Then we got another one this afternoon. All right, live in the Bank Plus studio, National Doctors Day. Shout out to Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center and Eye Care Professionals. Thanks for listening to the show. Check out our YouTube page, Out of Bounds Sports. See ya.